Once a person, male or female, gets above, let's say, 40, about every 10 years your metabolism slows down a bit. Now, depending upon how athletic you are, how much you walk, how vigorous your muscles are, your diet, the quality and length of your sleep, whether you're taking nutrients, you're normal or overweight, you're stressed or distressed to an extreme, whether you have chronic illnesses, diabetes, heart disease, cancers, or acute illnesses like major infections, all of this will determine the state of your metabolism. Also, your thyroid gland determines the state of your metabolism. And as a person gets older, the thyroid slows down. It's just not as efficient. Imagine for most of your life you were a 12-cylinder car. You could move. Uphill, downhill, didn't matter. But every decade after 30, you take one of those spark plugs out. So now one day you're running on 2 spark plugs, and you're having a hard time getting through the day. Now, ideally, we should give ourselves about 2 years to fully and completely detoxify, because that's how long it takes, using natural and medical chelation techniques to get rid of the heavy metals, lead, cadmium, mercury. Every one of those cans of tuna, well, they were lead-lined. And as a result, you have lead. The silver fillings in your mouth, the amalgam fillings, that's 52% mercury. As a result, you have mercury fillings. Those are leaching every time you bite food or drink a beverage. It goes into the brain and the bloodstream. When you eat fish from the ocean, you're getting mercury also. So it's not difficult to load up our body with all forms of heavy metals. You get a vaccine, you're getting aluminum right in there. Most deodorants also have aluminum. Most of your lightweight cooking ware is aluminum. And when you're cooking anything at high temperatures or that's acidic, it leaches into what you're cooking. You won't taste it. You won't know it's there. Your body will. Why? Because the body has no mechanism for using it. And any time the body can't use something, it either has to try to expel it or it stores it in fat tissue. Hence, the more overweight you are, the more fatty tissue you have, the more toxic you are. And you will end up developing diseases. It is absolute and inevitable. It is not humanly possible. It is not scientifically possible to be overweight and to be healthy. Now, we don't like people to feel that they're somehow being punished or blaming them for being overweight. And there are many reasons to be overweight. In fact, I did a documentary on PBS called It's Not Your Fault You're Fat, which I explained being allergic to a food could cause you to hold weight. In any case, it is important that you understand that when you are overweight, you are far more susceptible to diabetes, heart disease, stroke, cancers, depression, and autotoxemia. So, we want to change our metabolism, speed it up, and just visualize your metabolism as a thermostat. And it's really cold outside, and you have the thermostat at 60, so it's cold inside. You want to start getting warm inside, you raise the thermostat to 75, and now it's warm inside. That's your thyroid gland. When it's really working well, you have a faster, more healthy metabolism. You're going to burn more calories. Your whole body is going to function better. So how do we speed it up if we can't do everything? And not everyone can do everything. Here's one thing you can do. It's inexpensive and easy, completely non-toxic. You can begin to use essential oils. Now, the essential oil comes from the plant. It may be the leaf. It may be the sap from a twig, a root. It can be various parts. But it's the oil, and that's what we want. These are organic compounds, and they have extraordinarily strong healing properties. And they're light. They're easy to use. For example, there's some essential oils that are good at curbing appetite. Others helping your digestion. Others giving you a better mood. If you are having trouble sleeping, I would say put 2 drops of either. You could use lemongrass, which is good, or eucalyptus on your pillow. And just those 2 drops on the pillow is enough for the pheromones, the little molecules that are escaping and releasing their aroma, for you to smell. And that sends off receptors in the brain and the central nervous system, which relax you. Why do you think we love the smell of apple pie with cinnamon on top? Because these take us back to a time when our mothers were making us something. We associated the food, like apple pie, with our mother and love and being cared for and appreciated. So now it's 60 years later, and you smell it instantaneously. Those memory cells reignite and match your current day phenomena or stimulus back then. So don't underestimate oils. They work. So what do we want to do? We want to inhale them. Not put them on our body, but just inhale them. And then there are some we can take. We could put them in our bath. For example, if you put peppermint oil, as directed on the bottle, into the bath, that can help 2 things. 10 drops of peppermint essential oil into your relaxing bath. Some of that will be absorbed through your skin, but also it will improve your metabolism and it will lessen your food cravings. Ginger oil is a well-known oil because of what is called the gingerol, Gingerol. That's a powerful anti-inflammatory, but it also increases thermogenesis. Hence, that helps your metabolism, so you'll burn fat faster. Now, you could put 2 drops of ginger oil in your favorite herbal tea, like green tea. Grapefruit oil, it's terrific for you. It suppresses appetite. It helps burn fat. It prevents bloating and water retention, and it increases metabolism. You can either inhale it from a dispenser, or you could drink it by putting a couple drops into a glass of juice. Peppermint oil is extremely beneficial as an anti-inflammatory, but it also stimulates your metabolism, and it helps calm and upset stomach, and helps you if you have bloating and gas and indigestion. Again, you can inhale it, or you can take a few drops. Also, we have bergamot. Berga, B-E-R-G-A, mot, M-O-T. Bergamot, it has a wonderful scent, and it relaxes you. It lifts your mood. And it has polyphenols found in green tea, which helps boost metabolism, and it helps burn fat. Also, you have cinnamon oil. And cinnamon oil is just terrific for your metabolism, and also it suppresses appetite. You could take a couple drops into, let's say, a tea. And then lemon oil. Lemon oil is one of my favorite. In fact, if I'm doing a long drive, I will take some lemon oil and I'll put it in a diffuser, and it improves your sense of calm, but it improves your metabolism, and it's just one of those great scents that we are invigorated. Helps with mental clarity. So those are some things that you could do that don't cost much money. You can buy these oils for $7 to $10, and they're easy to do. All right? Now, one of the things that people have a problem with is getting up from their work during the day and doing a little exercise. I recommend that you simply do this to make it easy. Get yourself one of these inexpensive little timers. They go off every 2 hours. It quietly goes off. It can vibrate or give you a little ting-ting, and you then get up for maybe 5 minutes. Walk around, do some half squats, go heel toe, so that you're forcing the muscles to constrict and relax, constrict and relax. Breathe deeply, oxygenate your tissues. That's good for you, but you really have to do it about every 2 hours. Why? Because sitting too long is really bad. Also, there are over 34 million Americans who have office or sales jobs, forcing them to remain sedentary for long periods of time. According to a report in the Annals of Internal Medicine, the average person spends more than half of their waking hours in an inactive state at a computer, watching television, commuting to and from work. Well, that is not good. Now, there's a lot of downside to this. First, you start to pool blood into the lower extremities. That's varicosities. That it can end up exacerbating intermittent claudication, pains in the calf. It reduces circulation to your brain, hence the microcirculation your brain needs to maintain cognition and healthy brain. You're not getting. You need good quality oxygenation of blood from your heart and lungs to all the tissues in your body. You're not getting it. So remember, when you move your muscles, you're moving blood and oxygen and the nutrients that they contain and waste debris, taking it out. That gives you clarity of thought, sharper mind. And when you have slow oxygenation, slow blood, that's an inability and a clarity of thought. So give yourself a break. Also, it's bad for your back. That's why we have poor postures, which contributes to back pain, inflexible spines, disc damage. And also moving around causes soft discs between vertebrae in the spine to expand and contract, allowing blood and nutrients in. When you're sitting too long, the discs become uneven and compact, even causing collagen to build up around tendons and ligaments. And it causes muscle degeneration. When you're not using muscles, you're losing muscles. Also, when you're using your muscles, you're developing a greater flexibility, and that's important. Also, when you're moving, your organs are being improved and lessening the risk of heart disease, cardiovascular, colon cancer, and other problems. And leg disorders are at the top of the list. So if you want healthier ankles, feet, no swollen ankles, varicose veins, blood clots, you got to move the muscles. And finally, from Green Med Info, we now know that extra virgin olive oil is phenomenal, but a new study shows that one phenolic compound called evoo, oleocanthal, provides many of the health benefits we see from diets rich in the Mediterranean diet. And recently, researchers put this evoo to the test against cancer. They found that the phytochemical in olive oil was able to induce rapid death in cancer cells, but left all the healthy cells intact. This was done by a joint venture at Hunter College and Rutgers University, and also Monell Chemical Synthesis Center. They investigated the effects of the oleocanthal on prostate, breast, and pancreatic cancer cells. They found that the oleocanthal induced the loss of cell adhesion within as little as 30 minutes. Within 24 hours, 100% of the cancer cells were non-viable. Now, oleocanthal, A-O-L-E-O, oleocanthal, C-A-N-T-H-A-L, works on lysosomes within the cancer cells. And the lysosomes are small organelles, which are the cell's first line of defense against viruses and bacteria. They're also the place where cells store waste. Cancer cells have fragile lysosomal membranes comparable to healthy cells. And so the oleocanthal from olive oil breaks open the membrane around the lysosomes in cancer cells, but leaves the non-cancer cells intact. And that means then they're easy to kill, easy for them to die. So in lay language, olive oil, known throughout history as the oil of youth, lowers your risk of heart attack, stroke, and turns off genes that turn on heart disease and inflammation. And now we know also that it helps allow the body to kill cancer cells. That is important. So always make sure that you buy the best olive oil. Don't go cheap on it, because olive oil is expensive to grow and process. So if you're getting a cheap oil, there's a possibility you're not getting the real McCoy. And also always look for DOP, a certified Italian oil. You might think your olive oil is Italian. More often than not, it isn't. About 40% of bottles labeled Italian originated in other countries like Spain, Greece, and Tunisia. And always look the country of origin. If you want to know what country it comes from, always look at DOP. And that's important. That is, D stands for your designation, O for origin, and P for protected. That means those are olives are grown, harvested, processed, and shipped from the place listed on the label. And avoid all light olive oils. Light and extra light olive oil is highly refined. Get the dark, extra virgin olive oil.